Most of what you think about functional strength is wrong. Dead wrong. The strongest people in history never touched a barbell. They lifted stones heavy enough to break your wrist, pressed logs overhead because that's what was lying around, and grappled other men to the ground with nothing but leverage. That's not folklore. That's how bodies got built before gyms existed. 5 movements today, all pulled from that exact playbook, and every single one of them will expose a weakness modern training has let you ignore. The first one puts you in a fight you didn't know you needed to train for. Exercise 1, Glíma takedown drill. This one's called Glíma, an old Norse wrestling style, and it wasn't just a game. It's how warriors trained to control another body without a weapon in hand, and the mechanics behind it still hold up today. Get into a stance, feet shoulder width apart, knees soft, weight low. You're not reaching for your partner, you're setting your base first, because everything about this move lives in your hips, not your arms. Grip at the shoulder or waist, whatever your partner's comfortable with, and drive your hips into theirs as you rotate and pull them off balance. That's the whole secret. Not strength, leverage. Here's where most people mess this up. They try to muscle the takedown with their arms, pulling up and back like they're doing a bicep curl on a person. Your arms are just there to hold the grip. The real power comes from your hips and legs driving through the motion. Keep your chest up, stay low, and let your base do the work. Do a few reps on each side, slow and controlled at first. This isn't about speed, it's about the pattern, because once that leverage clicks, you'll feel how little raw strength it actually takes to move someone twice your size. Exercise 2, rotational wood chop / axe swing. If exercise 1 was about control, this one's about what happens when control turns into force. Every warrior who ever swung an axe or a sword wasn't generating that power from their arms. That's a common mistake people make when they picture it. The real power came from the hips and core. Same as the takedown you just did. Grab something with weight, a medicine ball, a cable attachment, or a sandbag, and set your feet like you're about to throw a punch. Start high on one side, near your shoulder, and drive it down and across your body to the opposite hip like you're chopping wood. Your hips rotate first, your arms just follow. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They swing with their shoulders and let their lower body stand there. That's arm strength, not real power. And it's why so many people plateau on rotational movements. Plant your back foot, rotate through your hips, and let that carry your arms through the chop. You'll feel the difference immediately faster, harder to control, and far more powerful. Do 6 to 8 reps per side, controlled on the way up, then explode through the chop. This is the same pattern that let warriors generate enough force to break through a guard in a single swing. Exercise 3, weighted broad jump. There's a story about a warrior named Greta the Strong who could reportedly jump his own height, forward and backward, while wearing full battle gear close to 20 kilograms of armor and shield. Exaggerated or not, the point stands. Explosive power mattered just as much as raw strength. You could be the strongest guy in the room, but if you couldn't move fast when it counted, that strength meant little. Here's the move. Grab a weight you can hold at your chest, a dumbbell, kettlebell, or weighted vest. Set your feet hip-width apart, sit your hips back like you're loading a jump, and swing your arms back as you dip down. Then explode forward. Drive through your heels. Throw your arms forward for momentum, and land soft knees bent, absorbing the impact instead of taking it straight through your joints. That landing matters more than people think. A hard landing turns a good exercise into an injury. If you're newer to this, start with body weight and nail the landing first. Adding loads gradually, even 5 or 10 extra pounds, changes how hard your legs work. Do 4 to 5 reps, resetting fully between each one. This is about maximum power per rep, not chaining jumps together. Exercise 4 log press. There were no barbells lying around 1,000 years ago, and there sure weren't any dumbbell racks. If you wanted to build serious pressing strength, you found something heavy, usually a log, and pressed it overhead until you couldn't anymore. That's the whole program, and it still works today. If you don't have a log, a barbell, a sandbag, or even a heavy dumbbell works fine. Start with the weight racked at your shoulders, feet planted hip-width apart, core braced like someone's about to punch you in the stomach. That brace matters because it protects your lower back through the whole movement. Drive the weight straight overhead. Here's the mistake that trips a lot of people up. They let their lower back arch to help push the weight up. That's your body cheating the movement. And it's how people end up with back pain instead of results. Keep your ribs down, core tight, and press in a straight line until your arms lock out overhead. Lower it back to your shoulders under control. Don't just drop it and catch the weight that's asking for an injury. Control both directions, every rep. Aim for 6 to 8 reps. And if that log or barbell feels too easy by the end of your set, that's your sign to size up next time. This move alone built the kind of shoulder and upper body strength needed to fight with a sword or an axe for an entire battle, not just a few swings, which brings us to the last piece. Pressing power is one thing, but none of it means much if you can't pull your own body weight up and over something. That's exactly what's coming next. Exercise: 5 weighted pull-ups. Every warrior who ever raided a coastline had to get over something first. A ship's rail, a wall, a cliff face. None of that happens without serious back, shoulder, and grip strength. And pull-ups are still the best way to build all 3 at once. Grab the bar with your hands just outside shoulder width. If you're using added weight, a belt, a vest, a dumbbell between your feet, make sure it's secure first. Hang for a second at the bottom, arms fully extended. That dead hang position matters more than people think, because it's where your grip and shoulders start working before you even move. Pull yourself up until your chin clears the bar, driving your elbows down and back rather than just yanking with your arms. Here's where most people cut corners. They do half reps, stopping short at the top or not fully extending at the bottom. That's not a pull-up, that's a warm-up. Full range every rep, or you're leaving most of the benefit on the table. Lower yourself back down under control. Don't just drop that eccentric portion, is where a lot of the strength actually gets built. Aim for 5 to 6 reps with added weight, or as many clean reps as you can manage with just body weight if you're still building up to that. Either way, prioritize form over count. And that's it, 5 movements, 1 standard of strength that didn't come from a gym, it came from necessity. Grappling, rotational power, explosive jumps, raw pressing, and a pull-up that'll test everything you've got left. Train these consistently, and you're not just building muscle. You're building the kind of strength that actually holds up when it matters. If this one pushes you, hit that share button and send it to someone who needs to see it too. Subscribe if you want more workouts built this way. No gimmicks, just movements that actually work. I'll see you in the next one.